Welcome back to Matcha Gotcha and welcome to another VGC video. Now, from this video and from now on, we're tweaking a little bit how the rules go. Now, with our challenges, it is still the same where a Pokemon does get decided and I have to use it in every single battle, and of course it has to be legal in the regulation that we're in. But instead of every week being a new Pokemon, we are going to do whatever season it is. Now, you can influence this still by putting in the comments below what Pokemon seasons you would like to see in the future. That way you can get an assortment of videos and not just VGC ones. But, like I said, today we have none other than Greninja. Now, this Greninja is a Water Terra type with the held item loaded dice, which always lets a multi-strike move hit a high roll. It also has the moves Protect, Water Shuriken, Ice Beam, and Dark Pulse with the ability Protein, and it is maxed out in special attack and speed. Moving on to our next Pokemon, we have our first restricted Pokemon, Zacian, with the Steel Terra type. It has the held item Rusted Sword, which lets it transform into its crowned form. It has the moves Behemoth Blade, Sacred Sword, Protect, and Play Rough. It has the ability Intrepid Sword, which boosts the Pokemon's attack at the same time as the Pokemon enters the battle. It is maxed out in attack and speed. Moving on to our next restricted Pokemon, we have Kyogre with the Water Terra type. It has the held item Mystic Water, which gives all water attacks a boost. Its moves are Origin Pulse, Water Spout, Protect, and Ice Beam. It has the ability Drizzle, and it's maxed out in special attack and speed. Moving on to our next Pokemon, we have Tornadus with the Normal Terra type, directly to counter Calyrex Shadow Rider. It has the held item Covert Cloak, which ignores second abilities of moves. It has the moves Protect, Tailwind, Bleak Wind Storm, and Icy Wind, with the ability Prankster, which gives priority to status moves, and it is maxed out in special attack and speed. Moving on to our next Pokemon, we have Raging Bolt with the Fairy Terra type. It has the held item Assault Vest, which boosts its special defense. It has the moves Thunderclap, Electro Web, Volt Switch, and Draco Meteor. It has the ability Photosynthesis, which in the sun or with the booster energy item, it boosts its best stat, and is maxed out in special attack and speed. And moving on to our final Pokemon, we have Incineroar with the Ghost Terra type. It has the held item Rocky Helmet, which when it's attacked by a physical attack, does direct damage back to the enemy. It has the moves Knock Off, Flare Blitz, Fake Out, and Parting Shot. It has the ability Intimidate, which when it enters the battle, it lowers the attack of both opposing Pokemon, and is maxed out in HP and defense. Alright, we are getting into battle number 1, a part of Greninja season, and we've got the Miraidon and Ursaluna on their side, and I'm starting off the Incineroar and Tornadus. Alright, so, interestingly enough, I was correct in assuming they would start off with the Miraidon, and I think what I kind of want to do with this beginning, because I'll probably be able to get Tailwind off no matter what, I want to start Fake Out into Miraidon, and then I actually want to Icy Wind to lower their speed for future endeavors. Now I want to see what kind of typing they're going to go here if they Terra. That'll potentially change the battle. If it's a Ghost Terra Miraidon, then that would be interesting. Now, we are getting into our last couple of videos in Scarlet and Violet, because Champions does come out as of April 8th. So we got like a couple more videos. So Fake Out does go out onto the Miraidon, making him flinch for this turn. So I will... Oh, he has Rocky Helmet? What is this? And I get the Icy Wind off. That way I can lower their speeds and get Tailwind up on the next turn. Interesting. So Rocky Helmet Miraidon. Miraidon flinch, can't move this turn, and Ursaluna's going to go with the Headlong Runch into Incineroar, not knocking him out with 31 HP left. Whew. Incineroar hanging on with that bulkiness. Thank goodness. And Ursaluna was hurt a lot with that Rocky Helmet chip damage, and he now has the Flame Wolf to activate Guts. So I'm going to do Parting Shot out of here into Miraidon, and I'm going to get Tailwind up. That way I have the speed advantage. As long as I don't have a Trick Room Setter, which would be very unfortunate if they did. Now, there is a chance that... Oh, they might just be going for Discharge, because Ursaluna's not affected by it. Okay, so he's actually withdrawing Ursaluna. Alright. And he's going to put out... Alright, so that's definitely Trick Room. Shiny Porygon Z, though. And he's Terry. Is it just going to be Electric Terra? Fairy Terra. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense defensively. Though I will be getting the special attack drop down on him with the Parting Shot after I get the Tailwind up, so now I have the speed control. so Tailwind is blowing behind. Parting Shot onto the Miraidon to lower his special attack and attack even further. Yeah, the Porygon Z trying to get Tailwind up is what's going to become a problem. Alright, so with that, I think I actually want to put Zacian in. And I kind of want to Terra Zacian. That way he doesn't get affected by any... Or he's, like, pretty good. Yeah, Discharge. That's what I thought. Tornado's hanging on, though. Oh, the Paralysis onto Zacian's pretty rough. Okay. I do want to go ahead and Terra and kind of take down Miraidon. And then... I could... I kind of want to swap out into Incineroar. Just so I can keep Tornadus alive and also get a free switch in on Greninja. The problem is I know Porygon Z is probably setting up Trick Room, but if I can kill Miraidon with the Behemoth Blade, that could be... That could in fact work, but we'll have to see. Okay, so he's withdrawing. Alright, well, he's pivoting. Skeledirge. And I just tear it into steel. Oh no! That is a call-out, and that is unfortunate. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this plays out. He does use Protect. Good thing I didn't go after him at all. And the Paralysis. Gotta love that. That is really bad. He's a Ghost type as well, so I can't Fake Out. So I'm gonna swap out into Greninja here. And then I'm gonna knock off Skeledirge. Cat's probably going down this turn, but it is what it is. Now let's see how much damage I get on the Skeledirge. Not enough to take him out, and I do knock off the Focus Sash. Icy Wind does come out to lower my speed, doesn't kill Incineroar. And Skeledirge is probably going to try to go for a Torch Song onto what was supposed to be Zacian. Oh, he just goes for the Heat Wave. And that is enough to knock out. How many turns of Tailwind do I have left? We got one more turn of Tailwind. So I think transforming into a Dark type would be pretty good here. Getting that damage onto Skeledirge, and I just want to protect this turn. That way I could get Tailwind up next turn as well to get the speed control consistent. So I'm in a tricky situation here. Zacian getting paralyzed was actually pretty crucial. Alright, so he is withdrawing. And he's going to go into probably Miraidon, yep. Alright, I'm going to hit him with the Protect. Dark Pulse. Protein to transform into Dark type. Hit him with the Dark Pulse, see how much damage it does. Not enough. But it is a crit. Protection on that, and Icy Wind coming out as well. It might actually be advantageous to swap back into like I think swapping back into Zacian here and then going for the Tailwind Tornado. This is going to be an unfortunate turn for me, but I think it's just what's got to happen. This is gonna be coming down to the wire. Zacian really getting paralyzed is really costing this game potentially. Alright, Tailwind is coming up. This will likely mean and spell the end for our good friend Tornadus right here. Yep. It's all good, it's all good. He did his job. He did what he needed to do. And then he gets Trick Room up. That's not great. So I'm gonna have to transform into a normal type here. And just hope that I don't die. Yeah, I should have realized that. Yeah, they've put me in a really hard spot here. Porygon Z coming out with Protect. I'm not really going after him for now, so I'm not really worried about him. Greninja's using Protect. Transforms into a normal type first. Usually this is just good for the Calyrex when I have that option, but it is what it is. Electro Drift into the Greninja. Doesn't do much. Hopefully I don't get paralyzed. If the Paralyze actually stops me here, that's actually... Alright, thank goodness. So, maxed out Steel Terra Behemoth Blade should knock out this Miraidon. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Alright, Miraidon goes down. Keep forgetting he has a Rocky Helmet. What an interesting choice on Miraidon. Alright, so Miraidon goes down. Their Terra's down. They still have... They've got Ursaluna still. The thing is, like, how strong is Porygon Z? Because if I might need to just double up into Ursaluna. But he probably has Earthquake, right? I might be cooked either way. But I feel like I need to just go for it. And I'm just going to go because I have the loaded dice. He's probably just going to do Earthquake. No, he doesn't. Oh, I'm faster. Why? Oh, because it's Water Shuriken. 4. If I could get one more. No, the 4 hit. No, is he going to Earthquake? No, Headlong Rush. Okay, Zacian's dead. But this means I will guarantee knocking out Ursaluna next turn with, well, depending what... I need to see what Porygon Z does here. And I keep forgetting that it is a Pokemon. So, Icy Wind. How much damage? I might just die regardless to Icy Wind, because I don't think I can knock it out in one hit. This just might be GG's. But honestly, not the worst. I wonder if he's going to Protect, but I need to try and knock him out anyways. This is my only way to win, is to get rid of the Ursaluna. And even then, I might still just be cooked. Oh, man. See what we could do here. Yeah, if he protects with Ursaluna and just hits me with the Icy Wind, then yeah, I'm just cooked. Yeah. I had to go for it, though. And then Icy Wind's probably just going to kill me here. Yeah. Alright, that's a GG's. I mean, it is what it is. I did what I could. That was a very interesting team. Usually you don't see Porygon Z either. You see Porygon 2, so that was interesting. But, GG's. Alright, well, we start off the video going 0-1. Alright, game number 2 coming out. We are currently 0-1. He starts off with the Miraidon Incineroar, which is what I was a little bit worried about. But I got the Kyogre Tornadus. The Covert Cloak does stop the Fake Out at least. So, at least we get the Rain. Does Intimidate, but it doesn't really do too much for me. So what I'm thinking is actually protecting with Kyogre on this first one. And then just getting Tailwind up to start. That way, like, because Fake Out won't affect Tornadus, at least. And I protect Kyogre, so it just doesn't do any, like, additional, like, starting damage. So, protect up on Kyogre just to get it ready. Kyogre does protect itself. Fake Out going into Kyogre, so I made the correct decision. Yeah, like, and then I will get the Tailwind up. And I guess I could Bleak Wind, Storm, or Icy Wind for speed control as well. Electro Drift come out. Wow, they just went all into Kyogre, so a really good first turn from me right here, getting that up. So I think what I kind of want to do with that is just Water Terrestrialize Water Spout, just like that. And I kind of want to get just the Icy Wind as well for speed control. But I also could just do... Yeah, no. I'm going to do Icy Wind. Speed control, and it's super effective. So let's go ahead and get the Terra out onto Kyogre. We're just going to try to get some big damage on here. Alright. Hopefully this was the right call. They might protect, but we'll see. Alright, getting Icy Wind out to do a little bit of chip damage and get the speed control. That's super effective on Miraidon, mostly just to get speed and do a little bit more damage than maybe Bleak Windstorm could have done. And Water Spout coming out, double, this should be a lot of damage. Mystic Water, Water Spout full HP, kills Incineroar, almost kills Miraidon, not quite, so Kyogre might actually go down here for that. But I still think with 1 plus some is like a pretty good start. Electro Drift onto the Kyogre. Kyogre's probably going down here. Yeah, Kyogre goes down. But we did, like, the Miraidon will definitely go down next turn. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. However, I feel like... Oh, wait, and he lost some HP. Actually, Miraidon goes down too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this was just perfect turn. 2 for 1. We do lose Kyogre. But I think this is actually a good time to get Greninja out, just to kind of feel, because I don't want Zacian to take any chances here. So let's get our boy. All right, Amoonguss. All right, so he's gonna try to spore up stuff and Ogerpon, Hearthflame. So I want Amoonguss to go down, and I'm just gonna do Bleak Windstorm as well. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Amoonguss, so just getting him out as much as fast as possible is the best scenario here. But we're pretty positioned well. The problem is I do have Zacian with the fire Ogerpon. Hopefully Bleak Windstorm as well though, but he's not super tanky. It's probably tearing into Amoonguss. No, Hearthflame. Okay, so it's just the fire Hearthflame, extra damage. I believe the... What is it? It's Embody Aspect, so that gets the attack. So the attack goes up. Rage Powder coming out. It's a good thing. I'm doing a spread move. And I was already going after the Amoonguss anyways. Bleak Windstorm coming out. Super effective damage. Not enough to kill any of them, but over half for Ogerpon. About 70% for Amoonguss. With the Ice Beam coming out, he's going to transform into an Ice type, which is actually pretty bad for this scenario. But Ice Beam coming out, taking down the Amoonguss. But we're going to see if Greninja goes down because he's now an Ice type. So he could just knock him out, unless he goes for Tornadus here. So play rough, and Greninja avoids. Oh my gosh, that's just so clutch. So actually what I'm going to do is swap Zacian in to get rid of my Ice typing. And then... How much? Actually, how much on Tailwind? I've got 1 turn of Tailwind left. So the correct move is still swapping into Zacian. And then just protecting this turn so I can get Tailwind up the next. Battle was canceled. Doesn't matter. GG's going up 1-1 with Greninja. That was actually really well played. I'm very happy about that, and we will go ahead and get into Game 3. Into Game number 3, the final game of the day. Starts off with Zamazenta, Ho-Oh, and I'm starting off with Tornadus and Incineroar. Alright, with that said, I do think this means the Ho-Oh might go for Tailwind. And if that's the case... I kind of want to spend this first turn doing Fake Out onto Ho-Oh and just getting Tailwind up instantly. Let's see. Okay, so get the Fake Out onto the Ho-Oh, so Ho-Oh's not going to be able to do anything this turn, and I get Tailwind up for the speed control. Close combat onto Incineroar. Doesn't knock him out, and it's going to lower his defenses as well, and he's going to take some chip damage from the Rocky Helmet, get a good 10% on there. And Ho-Oh, of course, flinched and could not move. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Flare Blitz into the Zamazenta. And because I'm a little bit nervous that he's going to actually... But I'm going to do Icy Wind. He might do... Okay, he doesn't. Okay, so Icy Wind onto both those Pokemon to get the speed down a little bit. It's not very effective. Speed does go down. I do have Tailwind, but just in case they get a Tailwind up. Alright, Flare Blitz coming out. Let's see how much damage this does to Zamazenta. Not enough, but quite a bit. Incineroar does get damaged by the recoil. We'll see if he does. Oh, he does Behemoth Bash onto Tornadus. Once again, doesn't do a lot of damage. And Calm Mind onto Ho-Oh. Okay, interesting. Calm Mind Ho-Oh. So I want to get Flare Blitz again. And I'm actually going to protect this turn with Tornadus. I want to see what they do. Is he going to switch out Zamazenta? That is also a potential chance here. Nope, does not. I do get Protect up on Tornadoes. We'll see what Zamazenta will do here. Flare Blitz coming out for the Incineroar, so it doesn't matter. Zamazenta will go down, so that's one of the restricteds out. Only with Ho-Oh left. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to bring into this team, because it was a very interesting team. Sacred Fire onto Tornadoes, but I do use Protect, so what I'm going to do next turn is definitely go for the Parting Shot. And it might even be smart for me to swap into Greninja, maybe. Maybe that. Okay, so we've got our boy. But I kind of just want to try to go for him here. But maybe swapping into, like, Kyogre. Yeah, I'm going to swap into Kyogre here. Get the rain up, lower the fire damage as well. Oh, well, that lowers it for me as well, so maybe that was dumb. Oh, well, it's fine. It's fine. Drizzle coming out. He's going to Terra. What is he tearing? Probably our boy, Kingambit. Yeah, Kingambit for the Dark type. Okay. That's smart. Boost up that extra damage. Flare Blitz coming out from Incineroar. It's not as effective anymore, and it's lowered because of the rain. Kotao Cleave. Alright, let's see how this goes. Definitely going on to Incineroar here. Doesn't knock out Incineroar at all. And the Rocky Helmet does do its damage. Calm Mind once again coming out from Ho-Oh just to boost his special attack. And I think no, the Tailwind's petered out. Alright, so with that, swapping into Greninja might be smart here. I don't know how fast I am, so I'm just gonna... Like, I realistically, I really want Tornadoes here, but I don't... It might actually be better just to have him go down than just Protect with Kyogre here. Because I want to get Tailwind back up, and I think this is a smarter move for the longevity. But I do actually get the Parting Shot up. Was not expecting to be faster. Well, actually, Ho-Oh's not amazingly fast, so I guess that's fine. Kind of wish that didn't happen. You know, I'll do Greninja then. Kotao Cleave coming out into Kyogre, but nothing goes down there. And then Ho-Oh will be next. Sacred Fire onto Greninja. Not very effective at all, but might get the burn. It does get the burn. My luck with that, isn't it? Alright, so with that... Okay, I now know a little bit about speed here. I know a little bit about the speed situation going on, so I'm just gonna Terrasilize, Water Spout, see what happens here. Kyogre should be faster then, because I've trained in speed. With that, maybe a double knockout here. Depends how much they've put into defense for our boy over there. Alright, Water Shuriken from Greninja coming out first. Protein does make him a water type. We'll see how much damage this does to Ho-Oh. Hopefully you get the 5. Oh my gosh, the crit. It doesn't matter even if I get the 4, I'm pretty sure. Boom. Oh, actually it does matter. 4. Oh no, we only got the 4. Didn't get 5. Alright, next should be Kyogre with the Water Spout hitting both the targets here. So Ho-Oh definitely will be going down, and so will Kingambit, taking them both out. Double knockout here from Kyogre. Water Spout in the rain with Mystic Water. Terra down. He's got one Pokemon left. Let's see what he decides to do. This could just be game, though. You know? Might just cancel battle. Getting hurt by the burn. Status effects today, am I right? Alright, he is going to send out the Chimpao. See what Chimpao can bring to the table here, unless he just cancels the battle. So I am going to just do that, plus I'm just going to do Origin Pulse, because he's definitely faster than me. But I do get the Water Shuriken off first, just because that is what it do. Does quite a bit of damage. See if we can get 5 off this time. Any crits? Crit on the last one? No. But it does take out about 85% damage there. Sucker Punch is coming out on to... It just failed. So with that out, Origin Pulse will come out, take down his last remaining Pokemon, and that will be game. Greninja and Kyogre in the rain, really thriving and doing what they need to do. With that, we end the day going 2-1, Greninja. Not too bad. And with that, we end the day going 2-1 with Greninja, and I will have to say, not too bad at all. I do think Greninja maybe didn't play as much as a big role as I was hoping for with the loaded dice, water shuriken kind of route. I do know there was probably some other routes I could have gone, maybe with higher damage output like Hydro Pump, but I really wanted to do water shuriken with Greninja's like signature move and stuff like that, and it did come in handy with certain aspects, even in game 1 where we almost had the win. Well, not really almost had the win, but there was a chance for it. I do think the team around him played pretty well also. Kyogre was kind of just a must-have, as well as Tornadus, and Incineroar just slots in on any team. But thank you guys so much for watching today. Why don't you go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed today's content, and put a comment down below about what you thought about Greninja or any other future Pokemon seasons you want us to do. Go ahead and hit that bell to get notifications, and subscribe so much, guys. It does help show us what kind of videos you guys want to see. This is Andrew from Matcha Gotcha, and I'll see you guys next time.